Gary Leidich joining us. He is from the University of Toledo Engineering Department. You've got some history with FirstEnergy, but I also wanted to talk to you from a learned standpoint of just wrapping our minds around, I guess, this smart grid and this smart technology and how people who may be a little gun shy about having this done, what they should be thinking.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, Jeff.
Of course.
It's great to be here. And they need to think about a lot of things. This is a transition in technology, not unlike we went through with telephones. Talk to our grandkids about black phones with 2 wires, okay? And so this is another move in the direction of the grid and the homeowner's ability to integrate with the grid successfully through electronics. Right now, everything's kind of manual. You turn your lights on manually and all that. A smart home, a smart grid does a lot more automatically for you, programmed if you'd like. So that's where we're heading. This is just an initial step by the utility industry to put that meter in. The basic idea now is to share information back and forth between the utility and the homeowner, the customer. Improves billing, accuracy, gets rid of estimated bills, which people don't like. So there's a lot of short-term advantages. The long view is you can do whatever you like in terms of controlling all the electric appliances and everything in your home. So I think that's kind of where we're heading.
From an education, we always talk as teachers, I'm a former teacher too, but as you talk about it, teaching moments in the classroom, how do you move this forward? How do you move this down the road? Because can you take this, I guess, next generation of energy and technology and kind of get lessons from it?
Oh, absolutely.
And what about regulation? Does that play into it?
Well, we could do a half an hour on regulation. I'll spare you on that. But the regulators are heavily involved, and that's important. The FCC controls the devices, and of course the Public Utilities Commission here in Ohio has a lot to do with how all the pricing and all that works. But where this is going from an academic standpoint, we have a program at the University of Toledo, Energy Engineering, put in several years ago. The whole idea is to get back into the energy business and move ourselves forward. It's been pretty stagnant technologically for the past several years. We haven't grown very much. That's changing. It's changing very quickly, and the university and the customers will have to adapt to those changes.
We talked to Hannah a little bit more. I want to go to our next part of the interview. We talked to her a little bit more about the hesitation that people might have about this changeover.
You know, this rollout is part of an effort to invest in our electric grid and make it smarter and able to bounce back quicker. So we've seen success in restoring power quicker after a storm because of these smart meters. They allow us to confirm outages without having to send crews to a specific area, and that just operationally helps us get power restored quicker. That's just one good reason that we are pursuing this investment in the area. And they also allow customers to look at their energy usage pretty much in real time and make adjustments based on that data that's coming in. So it's really another tool for customers to be able to control their energy use.
I find it fascinating because it's like, I remember the days of calling on the phone saying there's an outage, or now going online saying there's an outage. She's pointing toward the direction, and I'm sure you've talked to students about this. It's instantaneous. Well, maybe not instantaneous, but it's pretty quick.
It sure is. And most people don't realize that unless you call in, the utility doesn't necessarily know that you're out of service, if it's especially just a few homes. So this would be a great improvement in terms of outage response and reliability, and that's a big benefit that she points out. We're easing our way into this. If you look at other models in North America, up in Canada, over in Europe, they're technologically advanced more than we are in some cases. In Europe, utilities don't hesitate to shut off somebody through their smart meter if they don't pay their bill. I don't think we're there yet. But that's the kind of thing where we could be heading very much.
What about the data privacy issue? And we're going to hear from her on that just a little bit.
Yeah, that's always an issue. Anytime you send any information via the airways, there's always an opportunity there. So that's something that I think they're very concerned about. I think they have a separate system rather than use Wi-Fi. So that's much more secure. It's not something you can just drive by and tap into.
You know, the one thing I didn't ask her was if this gets away from the estimated bills that we all get.
That's exactly right, yeah, and those are annoying for sure. So I can say that now that I'm not with the utility. So.
Let's hear more from Hannah.
We take our customers' privacy really seriously, and customers should know that really the only difference in this meter is that it's transmitting the information about energy use through a specific identifier on the meter number and your address. It's transmitting that information to us a couple of times a day versus just once when the meter readers come around. They're secure, and this technology should not be a privacy concern to them.
There is also an opt-out option, but it will cost you money. I wanted to ask you specifically your feelings. More pros than there are cons with this changeover?
Well, I'm in favor of these. I think like any technology, there's going to be a break-in period. People are going to get anxious on the data and all those kind of things. But in terms of reliability and control, much greater improvement. Information for the customers, much greater improvement. You'll be able to see what's going on in your system. And where this could go, Jeff, is we could be in a situation where...
We're going to have to leave this the last word, Gary.
Okay.
Sounds like you're in favor of it.
No, that's good. I am. Thank you.
We appreciate it.